Alright guys, welcome back. And again, we are doing the quest line for the Divine Heir to return the Dragon's Heritage to the west. That's going to involve going down into this cave after we talk to the Child of the Rejuvenating Waters. Basically going to send us on a hunt for some specific items, this being the first one. You cannot progress past this point in this ending without doing this, so it's kind of mandatory. And then there's going to be two more items that we're really going to have to get before we can just finish the game normally. So again, we're just going to do our thing. Take care of these guys. Again, this is not a bad farm spot for some important crafting material, so I'll always keep that in mind, especially gunpowder. And then there we go, Holy Chapter, Dragon's Return. So, Sacred Passage. On a path to enlightenment, undying, I pray for the dragon's return. Undying, lo, let us wait an age for the divine heir to assimilate the cold dragon tears, for the cradle to consume the pair of serpentine fruits. Let the cradle endure, giving him shelter, granting his return to the west. Alright, so instead of waiting to return, we're just going to go ahead and fast travel back. But basically what it's saying is the divine heir needs a cradle in order to take him back to the west. And then you have to give the cradle the two serpent stones. Alright, let me check my notes. Alright, cool, yeah, so we're in the right spot. Alright, so this will be the last time we really have to do anything crazy. Let's just go ahead and visit her again. I think she's still at the temple. No, she went back to hers. So. Alright, we're going to give her the book.
Have you perhaps met with the High Priest of Senpo Temple?
I found him. He was dead.
The High Priest was infested. How could this come to be?
I do not know. However, he left this note.
I will take a look. Consuming 2 persimmons of the serpent will allow one to become a cradle for the divine heir. This will make it possible to return the dragon's heritage to its homeland. I shall become the cradle.
You're sure of this?
Of course.
So she is going to take on the duty of cradling the child, or the divine heir, and taking her to the west, or taking Kuro to the west.
If you wish to take the path,
But we're going to have to kill the snakes.
I believe it is said that the liver of a great serpent is stained red like a persimmon.
Alright, let's see if we can get some rice, because we're going to need it.
I apologize. The rice I shall give.
Oh, come on.
So you please do.
Alright, let's just fast travel one more time, because apparently she didn't cook any rice yet. Unless I already have the rice, let me double check. Alright, yeah, so we already have a rice, so we don't need it. Alright, so what we're going to do now is go ahead and take on the next boss. Before we do that, we're going to use our prayer beads. Boom. And time to go kill the big dude. Alright, so this next boss is pretty difficult if you don't really understand the idea of using your prosthetics and don't understand using your mortal draw. So since this monkey is an infested being, he is going to be very weak to the mortal blade, and also using the spear on the second phase is going to allow you to do massive damage to him, and we'll kind of see what that looks like in a second. Make sure you equip the purple gourd as well, because he does a terror attack in phase 2, and it's pretty substantial if it does eventually hit you. So watch out for his grab. All you gotta do is jump over it. And just to show you that he takes a lot of damage from the Mortal Blade, don't miss that. Boom. And you can see he takes a lot of damage from that. You're basically not looking to break his posture in the first phase. You're looking to damage his health directly. So he's going to do a lot of jumping around. The second phase is much easier. You can kind of stun him in phase number 1. Give him another mortal draw. Keep punishing. Takes extra damage on his head. As you can see, he has a huge knife through his neck. So if you can get some headshots in on him, he takes a lot more damage. There we go. There is a funny attack where he will throw shit at you. Classic monkey, I guess. But the shit that he throws does poison damage. So and when he does do that, he'll jump really high in the air and basically just throw a handful of shit at you. The biggest thing you have to worry about with this fight is making sure that you avoid the grab. But as you can see, the Mortal Blade does a ton of damage to this guy. Oh, don't get grabbed up. I thought he was doing a regular grab. Heal up, make sure we're good. Jump over the grab. Alright, he's almost through the first phase, that's fine. Just don't get hit again. You can use the grapple attack. And it should be the end of phase number 1. We'll get our revive back, so phase number 2 will be easy, and Sekiro's going to rip his head off. Now remember, this guy is considered to be undying, so just cutting his head off, if you pay attention throughout the game, is not going to be enough to kind of kill this guy. So, alright, so we're out of spirit emblems because I used too many of the mortal draws, but that's fine. What we're going to do here is not use a prosthetic. We're just going to focus on parrying. If you notice, we cut his head off and the sword came out, so he's going to end up picking up the sword and his head. Alright, whenever he goes into that and you see the kanji, you're going to want to run away. See the terror build up? That's why we bring the purple gourd. Now, when he does that move right there, if you stand in front of him and parry, you will be able to use the spear to stick it into his head, and it'll pull out the centipede, especially this one too. So right here, you would use the spear and it would pull the centipede out of his head, and you can attack it and it does massive damage. It makes the fight super easy. But because he's using the sword, this second phase of the fight is super easy. And just wait, boom, and then punish with the Mortal Blade. Run away. And just rinse and repeat. And that would be the point at which you use the spear. Again, when you use the spear, you want to make sure you're holding down, or you push it twice. That way you get to pull the serpent out instead of just jabbing him with it. But boom, it would come right out and everything would be fine and dandy. Run away. I'll try to get the serpent out on the next dive attack he does. Just jump over that. Wait till he does his big... Just keep on parrying. Run away. He does take a lot of posture damage in his phase because it is all about parrying. Get away and heal. Alright, now we're just going to put a lot of focus into making sure we're playing defensive, and he should go down pretty quick from here. Keep punishing, keep punishing. Stay close to him. Oh man. Since we got that first death blow, we did get our resurrection back, so not a big deal to die. Run away. Alright, about the halfway point. Just keep parrying. Jump. Pretty cool fight. I mean, not the most difficult. He just has like some crazy movements that make it kind of difficult to track him. But if you get too much terror, just run away and use your purple gourd, and that'll be rectified on its own. Again, just jumping over his sweep. And we're going back to parrying. Just keep on playing. I forgot if that was going to be a slam attack or not, but you can just run away from that. There's no need to stand under it. Punish whenever you can. Just run away. Use our last gourd. And just keep parrying. There we go. Now when you get a perfect parry on the final strikes that he does, he will often fall. Just like he is kind of getting weak now. Woo. Parry, parry, and parry. Alright, there we go. Now we're going to do it the old-fashioned way. We're going to yank out the centipede. There you can see it. And Sekiro's going to kill the centipede. Uses the mortal blade. Alright, so that is the headless ape down. And you can hear another ape kind of in the background screaming. Don't worry, we'll deal with that later. So the Guardian Ape was defeated. Though its roar can still be heard, it is said that an infested body marks... Alright, slender finger. Slender finger of a young woman can be fitted to a prosthetic to create a prosthetic tool found in the belly of the Guardian Ape. It is partially digested. There is a shinobi technique called the finger whistle that can drive beasts wild. The one who used it before clearly used it for this purpose, as evidenced by the finger's open hole. So it is going to be a prosthetic tool. It's going to turn into a whistle pretty much. And that whistle has a bunch of upgrades that make it very, very beneficial for fighting the headless enemies and the Shichiman warriors and any apparition. So we're definitely going to be upgrading that. And we picked up the precious bait. So that's going to come in handy way later. If you don't pick up that precious bait, you won't be able to complete one of the side quests in the Fountainhead Palace. So make sure you go over there and pick that up. Go ahead and rest. Run down this cave. And we're going to pick up the Lotus of the Palace, a white lotus flower blooming in the depths of the sunken valley where the Fountainhead water pools deeply. The flower's aroma attracts female apes, thus the Guardian Ape carefully tended to it. so as to offer to his bride one of the incense ingredients sought by the divine heir. So we're going to have to bring this back to Kuro. But before we do that, we got some business to take care of. Oh, we can't jump out of here. We got some business to take care of that's like super close by, so go ahead and knock that out of the way. But yeah, interesting boss fight. One of my least favorite boss fights, just because I don't really do it very often. I like rerunning the samurai boss fights, but not so much the huge monkeys jumping all over the place one. Alright, so let's go talk to the old lady. Now that we got the rice. We're going to give her the rice and just listen to her dialogue.
This is the divine child's rice. Oh, thank heavens.
Tell me what you see.
If it's dried fruit you're after, become a trainer of monkeys. Make the monkey dance until be eaten.
If it's dried fruit you're after,
Become a trainer of monkeys.
Make the monkey dance.
Alright, so kind of unambiguously vague. Basically, we are going to have to use our other ninjutsu skill, which is Puppeteer. It turns an enemy into our ally, and what this is going to end up doing is killing us when we jump, because I missed a grapple. But there is a monkey down here that is going to be able to be puppeteered, so the giant snake will eat it instead of eating you, and we're going to utilize that in order to sneak by the snake to get a death blow on it. So we're going to run through here, pick up these items, some gunpowder, try to stay out of the poison, but if you can't, you can always just pop some of your items to reduce poison buildup. Alright, so we're going to be dealing with some of the monkey enemies here, and they are super annoying. Going to try to skip as many of them as we can, especially the samurai monkeys. Alright, so the two sword swinging monkeys they have no chill, so you're gonna deflect and punish accordingly. They do perilous attacks. What's crazy is these guys are actually harder than almost all the human enemies in the game. For some reason they have insane amount of posture. Try to keep them on the land so you don't have to fight them in the water. You can set them on fire and it will do a ton of damage to them, but I want to keep the spear emblems. We're just gonna... There we go. Monkey down. Gives a yellow gunpowder, so it's kind of worth fighting him, but very annoying enemy. Alright, now there's some items around here that we're going to want to pick up. There's also some samurai monkeys that we're going to want to avoid. So let's get a look at all where the items are. Alright, so let's do this. Take out these monkeys. Keep jumping, keep jumping. Monkey bro is on our ass. Alright, so we're gonna heal up and then deal with this guy. It's definitely a good way to practice your parrying, but it can also lead you to die. I've died to these a couple times. Alright, we're gonna jump down and join the monkey. Come on, bro. That's enough. And monkey has me down. Pop up. That is one of the most annoying enemies in the game, but again, they do give a rare crafting material, so it's kind of worth it in the end. Use a pellet to regain our health, and then we're gonna go pick up these items. The monkey enemies in this game, I mean, even the boss, just I do not like fighting them. Some more yellow gunpowder, like coin purse. Not a bad haul for a couple enemies, but definitely don't want to be returning here. There's some spirit emblems up there if you need spirit emblems, but we do not, so we're going to skip them. And there is another item around here, I believe. Nope. Alright, cool. So we'll go ahead and buy up everything that we need from this guy. What does he have? Alright, so he's got the green grassy, or green mossy gourd, which is going to stop poison, and then some yellow gunpowder. So we're going to go ahead and pick that up. Use some of our coins. 2 bulging. It's going to help us with poison. And then we need 1 more. Let's go with 2 just in case, to pick up this last crafting material. The next episode we'll be kind of focusing on making sure our prosthetic tool and everything is up to date. Probably do some farming in between. There's our snap seed. And we're going to go ahead and knock out this part of the snake. So let me, yep, I got it equipped. So this is an area that you're going to have to visit in order to achieve the final ending of the game. I would highly recommend just speeding through, and you'll see why. There's a bunch of enemies in the walls that will give you a hard time. Try not to focus on them too much. Kind of ignore the geckos, just don't get poisoned. And the guys in the walls will grab you and they will murder you. So they can be parried, but not the easiest thing to do. So coming up here, here's the snake. Where is the monkey? Where is the monkey? Should be around here somewhere. Oh. Looking for the monkey. So if you come on this side, the snake will kill you, just like that. So try to avoid that. Basically what you want is to find the monkey. Oh my goodness. Don't do that. That almost killed me for good. Oh, it took me back to the beginning. Are you kidding me? Alright, let's try this again. I did find the monkey. He's over. I gotta just hit that grapple point. Whew. Oh. Come on, Sekiro. Oh my goodness. How do you not grab that? Alright, one more try. If I don't get on this one, we'll just pick it up in the next episode. Getting frustrated doing this. There we go. Alright, here's the monkey, and we're going to use the puppeteer. Monkey is obviously scared of the snake, so puppeteer him. He is going to jump up and distract the snake. And we are going to take advantage of that. Get inside. Alright, cool. Now that we're inside, dried serpent viscera. So a dried permission like heart of a great serpent. The great serpent is a god of the land, and the heart is believed to be where the spirit resides. While it looks much like a permission, in fact, this is the red viscera of a god. Apparently, denizens of the Sunken Valley worship the organs, believe they represent the deity itself. Alright, so now that we got that, we do not have to come back here again. Let's find the grapple point and get the hell up out of here. Divine confetti, always nice to find. And then once we get out of here, we're back in the Ashina depth. So this is where we fought the first Snake Eyes Shiragu. Come on. Alright, cool. So now that we finish up this portion, we're going to go back to the sculptor and we're going to do some upgrading of our prosthetic tool, and then we're going to hit some of the mini bosses up before we progress through the next snake. So on the next episode, we'll do some mini bosses, and then we will pick up with killing the other snake and getting the persimmon from it. Alright, catch you guys on the next one.